Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Donna Just Being Real. My channel is all about dating, love, relationships, talks, and relationship advice channel. So we got this topic here. We get into a relationship topic, and this topic we're going to deal with is TikToker Gail Lewis catches and confronts her husband and his mistress at the Atlanta airport. This is very interesting. So we're going to get into this topic. And there's been a bit of an update on this one. So I'm going to kind of be a little bit all over the place. But there's a bit of an update. Yeah, there's really a bit of an update. All right. So we're going to get into this clip. Now, first I'm going to show. Hold a second. First I'm going to show the video. Now, the video I'm going to show, it's like an 8-part series. It's not that long, right? But it's different clips. Now, this lady, Gail, that you see right here, that's her name, Gail. And her husband that you see there, and that's the mistress on the side, right? But there's more to it. So she basically caught her husband cheating, right? But come to find out, when she got with her husband, he was already married. Yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to show that clip too. All right, so let's just focus on this one. First, we're going to watch this clip. And y'all share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. And make sure you hit the like button. Share me out on your social media. And if you need to reach me for viewers requests or dating and relationships advice on, you'll find my email in the description. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it. Now y'all see, that's the, let me make it bigger here for y'all. That is the mistress, right? Okay, that's her. Really look at her face. All right, and if you notice, she looks like his wife, but a younger version. Creepy. All right, let's resume.
Hey y'all, well it's story time in regards to that video I posted this morning of my husband and his mistress at the Atlanta airport. So let me just preface this by saying, I'm a nice person, I'm a sweet person. I'll do anything for my family and my friends. And I'll help anybody out. I try to stay in my own lane, I try not to bother anyone or do any of that. But when people play in my face and plot and plan and do foul stuff, I'm not so nice anymore. And that's how most of us are. So let me start by saying on October 29th of 2022, my husband was scheduled to come home from a trip from Europe. He told me he had been over there working, and he worked a lot for his, his corporate job. I thought he was working anyway. Told me he had a speaking engagement in Europe. So I wanted to make sure that I had dinner and everything ready for him by the time he got home. So I called the airline. So I knew the flight number. And I was driving, so I couldn't, type it in my computer, because usually if you just type a flight number in, it'll just pop up what time the flight's gonna land. So I had to call the airline that day. And when I asked the flight attendant, or not the flight attendant, I'm sorry, but the representative, what time the flight came in, he asked for my husband's name. And I was like, you don't need his name. I was like, just give me the flight information. If I typed it in, I just need the flight information. You don't need his name. So he was adamant about me giving the name. So I gave him the name. He comes back a few minutes later and he says, Mr. Such and Such and Miss what's her name landed 20 minutes ago. So I'm in shock, because I've been married 25, 26 years, and I'm thinking I'm just married to this outstanding, upstanding citizen. So I said, no, just.
Okay, Gail, if this is true that you was messing with him while he was married, honey, the way a relationship starts is usually the way it's going to end. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. The way a relationship starts, the way it's going to end. All right, resume. And I see you, Emmanuel Mod on deck, and I see you, TB. Let's resume.
His name. I don't know who that other person is, but just his name. And the guy states again, he was like, Mr. Such and Such and Miss what's her name just landed a few minutes ago, like 20 minutes ago. So I'm sitting in the Kroger parking lot like, like, what does this mean? I'm in a state of shock, actually. So my head is spinning by this time. My blood pressure's going up. And I'm like, what does this mean? So I'm like, okay. So right after that, my husband calls. And I was trying to hold it in, trying to hold what I was feeling in. So I was like, I'm not gonna say anything right now. I'm gonna wait till he gets to the house. Because he was like, oh, I missed you. It's been a long, long week. This is the hardest money I ever earned, but I wish you could have gone with me. And I was like, okay, well, you can tell me about your trip when you get home. So, okay, stand by, y'all, for the rest. So, okay, y'all. So when he comes home, I greet him at the door, give him a hug and a kiss and ask him about his trip while he's unpacking. And so I'm like, show me some pictures from your trip. And he was like, oh, I didn't take any pictures. I was running around working and we were just so busy and on the go. We were just, just going to and fro. So I was like, oh, okay. So we go to have dinner. I was like, hey, I called the airlines to see what time your flight was getting in. And I said, they told me there was someone else on your itinerary. And I tell him the person's name. And he was like, who was that? And I was like, I don't know. You tell me. He was like, oh, I don't know who that is. And he was like, he said, they must have made a mistake. So I was like, well, okay. So I went along with it, but something about it, my spirit just was not feeling right. So I was like, something about this is just not right. So that night when we go to bed, he's sleeping over there just a snoring. I'm over there tossing and turning because I was.
Whenever you have that gut feeling that something is not right, it's just something is tampering with your spirit. Your energy level might be low. Sometimes some people might feel real tired or super excited. Something is happening with your energy, because that's usually something is wrong, and you're about to find out. So listen to your energy. Listen to it. She felt it. She was right. Yep. Resume.
I was like, something about this just does not feel right. So something tells me in the morning when you get up, go check your credit card bills that are on the counter.
Kendall, I forgot to say, and how you doing? Good evening. All right, let's resume.
So the credit card bills are all stacked up out on our kitchen counter, and I don't open them because I don't pay the bill. I mean, it's American Express bill each month. They be high. So I was like, I ain't got none on it, so no need for me to open them. But that was my account, and I added him to it years ago, and I just let him open it, open the bill and pay it. And there was sometimes I would open it, but most times I would just look at my portion of it and just keep it moving. So that morning when I get up, I go to church, and he tells me that he had to leave because he had to catch up on work and all that kind of stuff later on in the day. So I was like, okay. So I go to church, and when I come back from church, I get ready to go to the Falcon game. But something was like, check one of those credit card bills before you go. When I opened up that bill, the woman that the airline employee mentioned that was on his itinerary, her name was up and down my credit card bill. Flights here, flights there, flights to Paris, Delta vacations, a country here, an island there. So I'm thinking this was in 1 month. So I'm sitting there like, what in the world? So by this time, y'all, I'm steaming, and I got to go to this Falcon game with my girlfriends and try to act like I'm having a good time. But the whole time, my mind is racing. So I was like,
she said her mind was racing. Yep. Let me address what Emmanuel said. Emmanuel, that's so true. Gut feelings is never wrong. When you have that feeling that something just not right, it could be the weirdest time. You could be at the going to the fridge to grab some milk or something. All of a sudden something just come across like something ain't right. It's unsettling. God is telling you something, and he's telling you keep your eyes, your ears, and your mind open, because you're about to find out, because I'm going to let you know. Gotta love God. Gotta love him. All right, let's get back to it.
Okay, so I come home that night. I stack up all those bills. I got bills for like 8 months worth of bills. Actually, that was October, so 10 months. I pulled from December of 21 to October of 22. And when I tell you, it was very telling. This woman's name was on every one of my bills for each of those months several times. So while I thought he was out working and telling me that I couldn't travel with him because, he didn't want to get distracted. Oh, he had a travel mate, all right. He had one. Stand by for part 3. So I go through all these credit card bills, finds this girl's name for months on my credit card bills, for the last 10 months specifically. So at that time, I try to call his phone, call my husband's phone and text him. No answer, no text back. So I call his boy's house because he told me he was going to his boy's house to watch football. No answer from him. So I text him and was like, hey, is he with you? No answer back. Then all of a sudden, here come my phone ringing. It's my husband. Like, oh, I ran out to get something to eat. Like, what's up? And I was like, oh, you know what's up. I said, and I started repeating the girl's name. And he was like, why you keep saying that name? And I was like, I kept saying the name. So he was like, well, I don't understand why you keep calling the name. And I was like, oh, yeah. I said, your gig is up. I was like, you nasty motherfucker. I was like, your gig is up. So he was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm on my way home. I was like, bring your ass on home. I was like, come home. Because by this time, I'm furious. So I hang up the phone. I'm just like livid, y'all. I promise you. I think my blood pressure was on like 1,000 that day. So he come in like all Billy Bad, like, why you keep mentioning that name? And I was like, you tell me. Why I keep mentioning that name? So I was like, I'm gonna ask you this. I said, I'm gonna ask you one time. I said, no, I know the truth. I was like, was such and such on this flight with you? He was like, no, I don't know why you keep mentioning that name. I don't know who that is. I said, I'm gonna ask you one more motherfucking time and know that I know the truth. Don't lie to me. And it was like this mask fell off of him. And he sat down in his chair and he was like, yeah, she was with me. And I was like, okay. I said, so that's your girlfriend? He was like, yeah. I said,
Ooh, wow. He said, yeah, that's my girlfriend. Wow, wow, wow. But let's not forget, the update is, if it's all true, I'm going to read what the mistress have to say after you. If it's all true, well, you was messing with a married man, and it happened to you. I don't care how many years later. See, ladies and gentlemen, you have to realize in dating, you're getting to know a person, right? You're getting to know a person. And if they cheating on you, and if you met them while they was married, or they was with someone, they cheating on you, and you cheating with, and they, what I'm trying to say, you met the person, and they was cheating. They was already in a relationship with somebody, but you got with them, and they dumped that person to be with you. Believe me, it's going to happen to you the same way. What goes around comes around. So be careful, mess with other people. And another thing too is, why get yourself caught up in a triangle? Because it never goes right. We're going to talk about triangulation too. But let's resume back to her story time.
so well, how long you been with her? He said a couple of years. And I was like, okay. So by this time, I can't hold it together. I mean, I think all I remember doing, I remember crying, and I had a really, really bad headache. And all he said to me was, this was what he says was really kind of like cut me. He was like he was relieved. He was like, at least I ain't got to lie no more. I'm sorry I hurt you, but at least I don't have to lie anymore. So by this time, I'm like, say what now? So I'm screaming.
The relieved cheater. Just too much. I can't with this. The relieved cheater. He feels good. He got this off chest. Now it's out in the open. You know I'm cheating on you. Now let's just go back to regular. I don't mean laughing nobody's feelings. But the only reason why at first I was going to approach is completely different. But when I found out that alleged, if it's true, well, it came out of her mouth that, he was married when she was messing with him. Sorry. My sympathy card is gone. Resume.
I'm yelling. My son's upstairs. He comes down, goes back up because I was like, everything's fine, everything's fine. But my head is like hurting like really, really bad, guys. So I come back to my bathroom to try to get some medicine. So I was like, let me take my blood pressure. Blood pressure was like 190 over 110 or some crazy shit like that. So I was like, I got to get to a hospital. So stand by. It gets more interesting. So by this time, my head is banging, and I know I need to go to the hospital. I know something is wrong. So of course, I'm crying. I'm hysterical, trying to put my clothes on. He's trying to touch me and pet me up like, oh, I'm just so sorry that I made you feel this way. Now, didn't really have any compassion in his voice, any of that kind of stuff. So I was like, don't touch me. So I drive myself to the airport. He's like, I'll drive you. I was like, I said, I'll take my chances. I drive myself to the airport. I get there. Blood pressure is off the charts to the point they're like, ma'am, you're about to have a stroke. You got to calm down. And I really couldn't even talk. So they were like, you got to calm down. So they call my doctor. We get the medicine. They try to get it under control. So I'm there for a couple of hours. So I come home and he's sitting on the couch eating Cheetos, like ain't shit happened, right? And it comes in like, oh, what they say? And I was like, they said they got my pressure, kind of down because it went all the way down. So I go see a doctor in the morning. So that night I could not sleep. I cried all night long to the point when I got up that morning, I really couldn't even see. My eyes were so swollen. So I'm tore up, right? So I go out later that morning. He's upstairs. I come upstairs. I slept in another bedroom. He's around here like, like he having a good day and shit. Like, his burdens is light. Mine heavy, but his is light. So
yeah, he's feeling good. He is all out in the open, and he's like, look, I did it with you. So what are you upset about? Look, I put it like this. I won't leave you for her. I'm going to stay with you. So be happy. Don't be bitching. Just be happy. And that's it. But I'm going to have my side chick on the side. A younger version of you. Because the girl looked just like you, but a younger version. We're going to see her too. Resume.
I come up and then he's out in our family room. And I was like, look, I said, I don't know. And I'm still in a state of confusion. So I was like, I don't know what happened last night. And I was like, I don't know what I've done wrong. Because by this time,
to the people out in the bushes, welcome and good evening. Feel free to hit that like button and feel free to engage. If not, you want to sit back and listen, it's okay. Glad to have you here. Let's get back to it.
I'm blaming myself. I was like, I know I'm getting older, but I try to keep myself up. I try to look nice, do whatever I can as a wife. I was like, I've tried my best, so I don't even know what I could have done or what I can do. So I'm taking the blame. And he was like, oh, it's not you. Like, it's not you. So, but I'm like, no, like, it's got to be me. He was like, no, you. He's like, you're a good wife. You've been a really good wife. So I was like, well, I'll tell you what. I was like, I'm confused here. I said, so what we need to do, I was like, I think we need to sell the house. Let's move away, try to start over. You go to counseling. I go to counseling. We do some counseling and we start over. So he was kind of like real smug, but like, well, if that's what you want, like, yeah, we can do that. So I was like, well, what about her? Are you going to stop seeing her? So he paused for like 20 seconds and kind of tilted his head to the side. He was like, I ain't gonna tell you I'm gonna stop seeing her. And I was like, then you want a divorce? He was like,
Emmanuel, she is a very... You talking about her, right? Yeah, I'm assuming talking about her. She is a very beautiful woman. I'm going to show you some pictures of her. We're going to get into it. We're just going to listen to her story time. And then after that, we're going to get into a couple of other clips because there's more of an update.
oh, I don't want a divorce. He was like, I ain't gonna let nobody fuck up my money. And I was blown away. Y'all, when he hit me with I don't want a divorce, but I'm gonna keep seeing her because I ain't gonna let nobody fuck up my money. Let me tell you something. That was definitely the wrong answer and told me everything I needed to know about him, about the marriage, and what I needed to do next. So for the next couple of days, I'm...
Those words he said to you, he probably said that to his wife that you was, when he was with when you met him. He probably said those same words. Yep. The way you meet is the way it's gonna end. Reason.
Still in a state of confusion. And I remember going to, once I found the girl's name, I went to Instagram, good old Instagram, go look there, you find anything. So I look up her name, I see her, and I'm really like feeling down. I'm like, oh my God, like, she's beautiful. He wants him someone younger. Like, I ain't all that, So I'm just tearing my ass up. So, my girls called later that day. My best friend called that morning and was checking in on me, and I was trying to hide it from her, but I couldn't. So I'm like in a ball of tears, tell her what's happened. She's in a state of shock. And usually she always got something to say, but she was left speechless. So she calls my other girlfriend. She calls. We all in a state of shock. Everybody's tore to pieces. So that day, after, I tell them what happened and everything, everybody, we just call it, we all were shocked. So the next day I go and meet with them because I see this girl on Instagram. And I'm telling them about it. So they asked me to come out to lunch, have lunch with them, my two girlfriends. So, because they needed to tell me something. So, and I bring it up. I was like, well, I see her pictures on Instagram. And I was like, she's pretty. And they were like, girl, she ain't all that damn pretty. Like, that's filters and plastic surgery and a whole bunch of other shit. Like, girl, it ain't even all that. And they were like, and kind of, like, we ain't trying to offend you. Y'all actually kind of favor each other. Like, she may be the younger version of you. So I'm thinking, like, I don't look like her. Like, that girl's, pretty. Like, it's I don't look like that. So in the interim, I was like, well, at least I said they don't have any pictures of themselves up on her Instagram. So they were, my girlfriends was like, that's why we needed to meet with you, because they were like, there is a picture out there. So by this time, y'all, I'm devastated. So our food tries to come. We have Papa Do's. Food comes. I'm so distraught from tears and looking a hot mess. Couldn't really even eat. And we went into how bad off I was. You bad off when you can't do this. We needed to pray over our food. I couldn't even put my hands together to pray. I have never had that to happen. I couldn't even pray. I literally put my head down on the table while they were saying a prayer and cried. And basically they made me try to eat because I really could not eat anything. So it was just a complete mess. So when I get home, my husband, he was actually gone. I think he was gone, but he claimed he had a trip or something. And then he tells me when he did come home, like, well, I need to talk to you because I think we need a little break. So he was like, you need a break so you can think about some things. And I was like, huh? Like, I need to think about some things. He was like, yeah, you need a break so you can think about some things. So yeah, to add insult to injury, he tells me he needs to go away for 3 to 6 months for me to think about some things and to think.
So far, 2 statements he said to her. That this last one, the other one, you might be married to a narcissist. That's typical. They blow things off. They want to shift the blame on you. You're the problem. You're the problem. But however, if it's true, he was married when you was with him. Okay, what TV says. I had to apply YouTube to the kitchen TV to look at this. Okay. All right, I'm glad that you're here. Long as you're here. All right, let's resume. Get those likes up.
Some things over. And I was like, I need to think some things over. I was like, I don't need to think about anything. He was like, yeah, I need to go away so you can think about some things. So I'm like, okay. And this is the straw that broke the camel's back when he said this. And I knew that this man actually had no love for me and that he had been planning and plotting for a long time. He was like, yeah, and if you find somebody in that 3 to 6 month time frame, I'll understand. Now, who tell their spouse that? If they really love you, they don't want you all sleeping with nobody else. Not if.
Yup, she dealing with a narco. Narco, sociopath, something like that. I doubt sociopath. I don't know much about him. Whatever. This is my thoughts and opinions. Wow. This is how he talks to you. I wouldn't even engage in a conversation. I wouldn't. Not at all. Reason.
Everything, everybody normal, ain't nobody sick or doing anything like that. So I knew then, I was like, I don't have but one other option. Divorce is the only option for me. And I tell you, I prayed about it, asked God about it. And when I tell you, he was sending me signs. If you listen, he will send you signs. And he sent me sign after sign after sign, y'all. So I did. I filed for divorce. And each day I've gotten stronger. And I think my husband thought that, I don't know what he thought about me or what kind of person I was. But because he knew how I felt about infidelity. And I always used to tell him, you know, hey, if something ever happens, tell me on the front end, because I'm gonna hurt one way or the other, on the front end, on the back end. Just let me know, but don't play me for no fool. So I guess he thought he got boo-boo the fool over here.
You don't play cheating, that's not your thing. But look how you met him. You know? Hello? Karma's a bee. Alright, Emmanuel said he is definitely full of himself. You see it, right, Emmanuel? If this is all, everything she's saying, we haven't heard his side of the story. We have to be fair around. We didn't hear his side. We did see the little clip. Yeah, she did catch him cheating, but there's more to it, Emmanuel. Don't leave me, Emmanuel. You gotta hear there's more to it. All right, let me finish what Emmanuel said. He is definitely full of himself, but he didn't get that way overnight. She knew that from the beginning. That's what I'm trying to say, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you are always on point. She knew this. She knew this. Now you're going to come out of here on the social media? There's more to it. Let's resume. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let this video play, and then I'll share my thoughts later.
So I was like, okay. And from this girl that you saw in the video, yeah, she knew about me. He would have her at restaurants, hotels, games, had other women serving me my drinks. They'd feet under my table speaking to me, and he's sleeping with all these women. That is humiliating, y'all. So, you know what? I was like, if you give me shit to taste, I'm going to let you taste it back. So, to the airport video. Yeah, I was shocked. I was dismayed because that was my first time seeing them. I knew eventually that I would see them out somewhere. It's Atlanta, and hey, it's a small town. So, it's a big town, but it's a small town too. So, I was like, okay, I'm going to try my best to be classy and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes that just don't work. Because when you go in the gutter, when people go gutter with you, and I have to apologize to Michelle Obama. Girl, when you said that, when they go low, we go high. That ain't my motto. Because when they go low, I go lower. I go gutter. I'm going gutter. I'm going to swim down with the rats with your ass. So I was like, okay, yeah. So she knew. And she was on Instagram sending all her little subliminal messages and all of that. Like, yeah, okay. I got you, girl. But y'all, when all this is over, I got a little story to tell about her and the rest of his story too. Our story. It's actually our story because it's my story to tell. So I'll share more with you all. But let me tell you something that's a cautionary tale. If you all want to move on, just say you want to move on, y'all. Because if you fuck around, you definitely going to find out. And just like him, my husband got the 1 and the 2. Be good. Y'all hear from me later. Bye.
We heard her story, huh? All right. I have more. So enjoy the music while you wait. Give me a second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have this here. Now, this is from someone else's channel. Let me see what the name of the channel is. All right, this person, Shala says, Shala says. She's been on it with this one. All right, so there was been a bit of an update, right? So we're gonna get into the update part. Just give me a second here. Okay. All right. I'm going to read this here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is what the side chick have to say. The side chick, she posted something on what is that, on Facebook. So let's hear what the side chick has to say. Okay, let me see if I can read this correctly here. Y'all gotta work with me. All right, what the side chick has to say. I think I have to rewind a little bit so I get the beginning. Okay, let's see what the side chick says. I'm gonna read it to you. I guess my question to you is, why would you come to my page and ask me that and assume that this black woman actually did that when that's not what really happened? Let's get all the facts straight. Gail was the one that slept with him while he was with his first wife. The first wife caught them in New Orleans together. This isn't my story. This is Gail's story. We did not get caught at the airport coming back from Europe together. She ran up on me a week ago. They haven't lived together in over 2 years. Well, that means the relationship is over. Okay, this is over. All right. Tell her to tell you all the facts. Tell her to actually play the entire video and why we look at her like that, because she was screaming at us. Why did I have to have a smirk? Yeah, I thought she had a smirk. I thought it was. Didn't know the whole side of the story, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize to you. The smirk was because she kept calling my daughters bees. Now, why are you going to curse out her daughters? See, I lost a lot of respect in you. Let me just resume. She calling my daughters bees and whores. In front of everybody at the Sky Lounge. So I didn't go to prison. I had to calm myself and snake my head. What's that? Snake my head? Let me see. There's some more to it. Okay. Where's she at? Oh, gosh, I'm so slow. All right, smirk. I'm just going to start from here. All right, the smirk was because that she kept calling my daughter bees and whores in front of everybody at the Sky Lounge. So I didn't go to prison. I had to calm myself and shake my head. That's what happened. She actually followed us onto the plane. You followed them? Wow. And they actually escorted her off the plane. So she must have been acting irate. So it was all set up because what she was trying to do is to get a real housewife of Atlanta. You see, this is what I'm tired of, these clicks and views. People are so obsessed over clicks and views. Let me see. Is there any more here? Come on, let's see some more of the writing. Oh, okay, we got some more. What did I say? Your daughter to be That's what happened. She actually followed us onto the plane and they actually escorted her off the plane. So it was all set up because what she trying to do is to get a real housewife of Atlanta. She feels like this is this is her way to do it. There's part of the story for you since you're so vested. Okay. All right, let's hear the rest of it. Now, this will be the up-to-date clip. Let's go hear the up-to-date clip. Now, this is the famous clip that has been deleted. So she posted something on TikTok, but she deleted it. Now, let's hear this one. This is the confession, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, y'all. Earlier this morning, I posted a lengthy and detailed video stating that today was my 28th wedding anniversary, and I was giving some details about how I met my husband. And I told you all earlier that, we're going through this process right now. I can't share too much of it, but I would share everything once we kind of get through. And I feel the need to address this. I really shouldn't have to, but I want to. So I ain't nobody's victim, and I ain't having nobody's pity party. So my original post was about me seeing him and her for the first time in the airport. I admitted that I was shocked. I was. And the video was only about 7 seconds where I said, have a good flight. I think I said, hey, Harold, have a good flight. And I walked on off, right? And I turned the video off after that. And then I said something like, that's his mistress. He's my husband. I'm the wife. And I went on back to where I was sitting in the Sky Club and didn't say anything else. So I guess she's saying something about when we got to the gateway to get on the plane. yeah, I said some things to him, but he's my husband, so I can say whatever I want to say to him. And it's just like kicking any trash can. You kick it, and the trash may get over on you too. So some of it, she might have caught some of the flack, but that's just par for the course when when you do this kind of stuff. And well, it wasn't too much I could do anyway because I had filed for divorce the year earlier. I filed for divorce in December of 22, so wasn't anything I really could do, guys. But other than doing what I did do, and then I kept it moving. But let me tell you something. Me and this girl are not the same person. When she met my husband, she knew he was married. She actually encouraged him to leave me. She was doing really disrespectful shit. She came to my Spelman Morehouse homecoming and sat under my tent and saw me sitting right there beside him and knew he was married. And we were all having a good time. There was no animosity that day.
So help me to understand. You're upset because she was messing with your husband and she knew he was married. But you was messing with you was messing with him while he was married. You knew it. This is just too much, ladies and gentlemen. Date smart, not thirsty. Resume.
We're all having a good time. So as far as I'm concerned, she came around my family uninvited. Actually, he might have invited her, but she knew what the deal was. Then she had the nerve to post that clip of Sunshine from Harlem Nights the day that I found out everything. Yeah, because I went on one of her pictures and kind of said a few things. And then she posted that video just kind of trying to taunt me. So I'm like, so you're going to taunt me and gloat after I find out that you've been with my husband. So, I'm like, So like I said, I don't owe anyone an explanation, but I'm keeping it 100. So I ain't judging him. I ain't judging her. But at the same
You say you don't owe nobody explanation. You're right. You really don't. But when you put stuff out on social media, it is what it is. People gonna look for the explanation. So you have to be careful, ladies and gentlemen, when you decide you want to out your personal business on social media. This is what's gonna happen. People want to know. All right, what does Emmanuel have to say? How was she shocked? And she filed for divorce a year before. Clearly, you should have moved on. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you.
time, she and I the same. And this is not about her. This is all about him and his lies, his deception, and all of that. So before you all get to start want to judge me and start talking about his karma and all that, it could be, but it is what it is. So I mean, I got to live with it. I'm gonna be accountable for 100% of all my shit. So, but I'll say before you all start throwing stones and want to judge somebody.
So you said that you're gonna tell yourself accountable and you don't want people to judge you, right? But where I lost a lot of respect with you, if this is true, that you were sitting there cursing out her daughters and calling them bees and hoes, whores, they don't have anything to do with it. Unless they was cursing you out, they was coming, I could understand, but I didn't hear that part. They're disrespectful. So obviously their mother had them in check. They knew to be quiet, don't say nothing or whatever. This woman's acting a little crazy and stuff. That's it. But there was no need to curse them out. That was really no need. That's pathetic. Now you made yourself look pathetic. You really do. See, ladies and gentlemen, you have to date smart, not thirsty. What goes around comes around. Karma is a bad thing. When you sit out here and you hurt somebody, and when you hurt somebody's feelings and you do them wrong, and they go crying to the Lord, and they love God, and they following God's word, and they crying to the Lord because you hurt them, believe me, you're going to have some bad karma. They say the saying goes, don't mess with a praying person. Be careful who you hurt. Really do. Be careful. All right, let's get back to her.
You need to hear the whole story. So, every woman he's ever been with has been deceived and lied to. But I'll give you the story about how he and I met and what the situation was. Stand by.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to stand by and hear whatever. But I don't think there's anything else to really stand by. I don't think I really want to do an update on this one because we got the story. I mean, when I first heard, I was just like, I feel sorry for you due to the fact that, you've been with your husband for how many years and he cheated on you. But I didn't know how y'all met. That tells a lot about a relationship and how it's going to go, how you met. Alrighty. I have other things. Everyone's timing is different to move on from a relationship. No shade. Don't include children during animosity. Exactly. I don't like that part, T. But I didn't like that when she talked to the kids. If that's correct. I'm glad I found that update. That's just not cool. She didn't have to go there. The kids don't have nothing to do with it, you know. But it seemed like she went crazy. But if y'all was already separated or whatever, probably going through divorce, you shouldn't be upset. And what happened to you? I mean, how you think that his wife might have felt? How she feels? They was married for how many years? I don't know. They might have kids together. I don't know. You could have broke up a whole family. How you think she feels? Now your karma's coming back. Maybe the woman that you hurt her feelings, her husband, his wife, she probably was crying to the Lord, trying to understand what happened to my marriage. How could he do this? How could he do this? And he said, "It's okay, daughter. It's going to come right back to her." And sure did. Alrighty. So what else we got to get into? We're going to, I'm just going to show some, what am I going to show? What did I say I wanted to show? Oh, yeah, I have another clip. All right, I have 2 more clips. Just hang in there. Another 10 more minutes, and I'll let y'all go. All right, let me find this other clip. Can I find it? Wait a minute. Make sure everybody hit the like. All right, so we're going to get into this clip. Now, this clip here is with Candy. If y'all know who Candy is from the Atlanta Housewives, hopefully y'all do know. All right, so Candy. So I guess Candy and her friends, I don't know, whatever. But let's just hear what happens when she's talking with Candy. There she goes with Candy. And this woman is very good. If I'm correct, a lot of hit songs that we was listening to in the early 2000s and 90s, she wrote. If I'm correct, I could be correct. I might be wrong. I don't know. Let me know. I stand to be corrected. Let me know, whoever's here or watch a replay. All right. Now we're going to hear what Candy and Gail has to say.
Story time. So, yesterday, I was with my daughters, Riley and Kayla, and they was like, "Did you see that story going viral on TikTok about the lady who caught her husband at the airport?" I said, "That sounds familiar, but I don't know." Now, why I didn't know my homegirl had got on live and told her story, and now it's viral. It's life, y'all. Hey, it's life. So, you gotta keep living. You gotta keep living. So it's life. I'm gonna have to get you on speak on it now. How are you doing, though? Tell the people currently, how are you?
I'm good. I'm getting stronger every day. You know, it's been tough. You know, no one ever wants to go through this, but I've had a lot of support and from my family, from my friends, and you know, like I said from the very beginning, it's not something that I'm really comfortable sharing. But I just don't think when women or whoever's ever been done wrong, that you have to be the one to go and hide under a rock, that you have to be ashamed of something or made to feel like being embarrassed. Why did I have to go and hide? You know, and I think I should be able to speak my truth. They're doing their thing, I should have to do mine too.
Okay, let me ask you this. As your husband, did he call you after you went by? Because I know everybody been
Absolutely
him.
not. Everybody's asked me that. No, he didn't call me all the time.
Really?
Yeah, why would he call me now?
He didn't say anything?
He lived with a woman. What are you talking about?
Well, I know her page is private from what the people say. She done went private.
Well, you were out in public. Why you going private now? You were public before. I saw you at the airport with him. You been posting your pictures on Instagram and talking shit to me for months. Give me subliminal messages. Now, why are you private now? Because if you calling me the liar and be a liar girl.
KK, I see you. Did she just say that I'm the wife, I ain't do nothing wrong? Well, you heard that whole preaching she did? But is it true, allegedly, that you was messing with him while he was married? Karma is something. Let's go back to it. Look at Candy. I love her.
It just cracked me up because my daughter just asked me about you yesterday, and here you are today. So I said, I got to do it.
I forgot to press on mute. I hope y'all was able to hear it. Then, to echo. All right, let's get it. We're gonna go and check out the Mistress. All right, so give me a sec. We're gonna look at the Mistress. Let's check her out. Let's check her out. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the music while you wait. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the side chick. Alright. Well, the Mistress, side chick. I don't even know if I should even call it that. Because, it's the way everything just went about. Really. Alright, let's see some more pictures. She's a very pretty lady. I have to say, she kind of looked like a younger version. Alright, if y'all can see this picture here. Yeah, y'all should be able to see it right here. I guess she's friends with Claudia. You see Claudia over there. Alright, a little bit of her pictures. Yeah. Okay, I guess she has a passport required. Learn what's it really like to be a travel agent. Okay. Alrighty, so I guess that's just about it. Do I have anything else to show? Nah, I think that was it. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let y'all go. That was just it. I just wanted to show those clips and everything. But I will sum it up to the whole conversation. The whole topic, I will sum up is, karma is something. What goes around comes around. If you hurt somebody's feelings, you hurt them, break their heart, it's going to come back to you in some sort of way. You don't know when it's going to happen. It might be next week, 3 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later. You just never know. Or it could be happening all the time with you. You could just be having bad luck. You don't understand why you have bad luck all the time. It's because, do you remember what you did? And another thing too is, ladies and gentlemen, when you're in a relationship, right? And when you have that gut feeling, listen to it. Because that gut feeling is telling you something. It really is. And let me go back. Emmanuel said something. What was it that we had? We said, yep. Yeah, the gut feeling. Gut feeling is never wrong. When you have a gut feeling about something, it's telling you something. That's God telling you, like, look, watch out. You might think things are a certain way, but it really isn't. And this person has bad intention, or this person's about to deceive you, or this person's about to do you wrong. And you have that gut feeling, and it's going to come out, it's going to be revealed. And if you pray to God and you talk to him and ask him for clarity to find out things, oh, well, he's going to give you clarity. He's going to give it to you. He's going to probably give you more than what you asked for. So be ready. Be ready to take it. But it's all good because you need to know. You know what I mean? You don't want to turn around here looking a fool and wasting your time. Definitely don't. All right. What Emmanuel says here. How was he? Oh, okay. I read that one. No, wait a minute. Let me go down. Did I miss somebody? All right. That's okay. Manuel said hi. And what else Emmanuel says here? Well, at least he picked them easy on the eye. I don't know exactly what to do, but I think he has a lot of money. Bless the wife's heart because the side chick is gorgeous. Yeah. But if you look at her, Kay, I wish I could have a side-by-side picture. Basically look like her, but a younger version. But see, Kay, I can't have sympathy for this situation. Because at first I kind of did, Kay. But I kind of changed when I found out you was messing with him when he was married. Are you kidding me? Stay away from lovers triangles. Just stay away from... I don't mess with married men. I don't even want to be friends with a guy who's in a relationship. It's just not even worth it. We're going to get caught up in a triangle and it's never going to turn right. Never is. Okay? Let's be realistic about it. Alright. And I see Marlene just creeping through the... Girl, you just creeping through the back door. You thought I was going to see you? I see you. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, that's just the end of it. I just wanted to get into this one, but we did hear the update because I'm glad I found out the update because I was going to approach this completely different. I didn't know. And like I said, the way you meet in a relationship, the way it starts, is the way it's going to end. If you two quickly got into a whirlwind relationship real fast, it's going to sizzle out fast. Okay? If you meet the person and they was already in a relationship with somebody and you got with them, they're going to cheat on you too. Alright, so it is what it is. You know, karma is something else. It really is. It really is something else, okay? Alright, enough of me talking. Stay tuned for some more of Donna Just Being Real. And remember, like I say, date smart, not thirsty. Because when you date thirsty, you will be a target of being used and abused. Automatically. And to this woman, I'm sorry about what you went through. What you're going through. I know it hurts. Oh, I forgot to say. And there's an update. The rumor is, we don't know how true it is, so nobody quote me on, look it up yourself, that her whole thing of doing this so she can get on Atlanta Housewives. I can't with these people. This clicks and views, it's like an obsession with people. The social media. But hey, it is what it is. So maybe that's what she was striving for. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Alright, let me stop talking. Bye everybody. Adios. Date smart, not thirsty. Don't forget.